Welcome back to Deep Dive Library. I'm Connor, and back with me, as always, is my literary cohort.
Riker.
Some may call you Pooh. I call you Pooh. Pooh,
Yeah.
not Poo.
Yeah.
It's short for
Um.
Pooh Bear.
Yeah. But I don't know you guys, so you're not allowed to call me that.
Yeah,
I will not respond to it to anyone else.
yeah. But I call you Pooh constantly when we record these things, I've realized.
And do you?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't.
I'm so used to being called it that like it don't even really
Register,
register.
yeah.
Except for when somebody who
Isn't
like
close friend slash family.
well, it was like the first time Chelsea tried to call me that. We both like stopped, looked at each other, and was like, "No, this is not it, Chief."
But welcome back. This will be late, but happy Thanksgiving to those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving. To the rest of you, if there was a holiday in and around this time that I am ignorant to at the moment, we hope you enjoyed it.
You said if there's a holiday and my brain went Cambodia.
um, so yeah, we have posted and since unlisted reaction to the Sunrise on the Reaping trailer because there is no audio in it. We were
There's no
going
audio for
the trailer itself.
yeah. You can hear us just fine. So maybe what you do is just start them and stop them at the same time, play them on two.
That's going to be very difficult to do. So we'll leave it up to you guys. Should we just go ahead and put it back up as is? Because we're not going to be able to get the same reactions that we had
Yeah,
when
that's
we
not
first
something
watching
that we
it.
can really
No.
record genuinely.
No. So we're thinking about just putting it back up as is. Um, and then if you guys want the full trailer with the sound and everything, it's out there, no sponsored by them or anything, but it's out there on the official Hunger Games channel, and it's out there on the official Lionsgate channel on YouTube as well. Again, not sponsored by either of those channels.
Yeah.
We're not cool enough for that.
Not yet, anyway.
But so yeah, but we took a week off. We took the week off for Thanksgiving because between work and the holiday and all that stuff, it was just too crazy to record. I actually wanted to record on Thanksgiving. That was my plan, was to record on Thanksgiving, and then I got called into work.
Yeah.
So that immediately got thrown out the window.
Unfortunately.
But we are back. We are here. We are able to record. I have missed recording. As weird as it's we weren't able to record Thanksgiving. We weren't really able to record other than the trailer reaction the week before.
Yeah.
And it has felt very empty. Yeah, very empty. If you guys enjoy, this is chapter 15, so this is episode 16.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Is it not?
Or episode 14.
Yeah, because it was like...
Episode 14, yeah, sorry. My math... It was the right math in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But if you guys enjoy this episode of the Deep Dive Library Podcast, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
That, and I'm also going to say, what is your favorite moment from this chapter that we're going to get into? Whether it's a moment from the episode, a moment from within this chapter itself. What was your favorite moment from this episode?
Yeah.
Also, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Yeah,
and if you do not celebrate Thanksgiving, or if you're watching this from a part of the world that does not celebrate Thanksgiving, what's your favorite food?
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of good answers out there. But the correct answer for favorite food is cheese.
Cheese is a good one, but cheese is not. I mean, in our family, cheese is its own food group. but I don't think it's that way in every family. I know that it is probably that way in a large majority of families. But
Well, the families that it's not, they're just wrong.
different. We won't call them wrong because that's rude. They're different.
No,
But
I'm just
anyway,
making
should we
jokes.
get
I mean, cheese
started?
is my favorite food. That wasn't a joke, but
No.
yeah. So, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food? And if you, or I should say, like Thanksgiving side dish. Um,
Yeah, because Thanksgiving has two mains and then everything else is sides.
yeah.
You have
Um,
turkey or ham, and then, or some people do like a turducken or whatever, but like traditionally you have turkey or ham, and then 14 million sides
and
between your green bean casserole, your broccoli casserole, your mac and cheese. If you consider cranberry sauce a side, I know some people like cranberry sauce, one of them being my mother. Um, I have to disagree with her there. I do not like cranberry sauce. I love cranberries. I love cranberry juice. I love cranberry candy when on the rare occasions you can find it.
yeah.
Cranberry sauce is not one of those things that I like.
And if you are either in a part of the world that doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving, or you just don't celebrate Thanksgiving, um, then what's your favorite like holiday meal
mm,
that you have,
that's a good quote. What is your favorite holiday meal?
or holiday meal side dish?
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite non-American dishes, latkes. Love them, love them, love them. Doesn't matter whether it's traditional, like with the shredded potatoes or mashed potatoes. It doesn't matter what they're topped with. They're always delicious. Always delicious. And I might have to make some here soon.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Doesn't it?
Now I'm hungry. Let's get through this.
Let's get into this episode. We've talked about food long enough for about 5 minutes.
Yep.
So,
That tracks.
I mean, there is some eating in this episode. Not before Katniss just absolutely trips balls for the first quarter of this chapter.
Yeah, I mean, not, I wouldn't say the first quarter of the chapter, but definitely the first paragraph, she is just tripping balls.
But she's dealing with the side effects of said trippage.
Yeah.
For the first quarter of the chapter, at least. So if you remember from 2 weeks ago, Katniss was hit by no less than 3. No more than 3. She was hit by 3 Tracker Jacker stings. Once in the knee, once in the cheek, and then once in the neck. And if you remember, Tracker Jacker venom, or poison, is it described as a venom?
Venom. I got hair on my mic.
Is it yours or mine?
Mine.
No, that's surprising since it sits in my room at all times.
Yeah, but...
Let's see. I want to say it's like a venom. Anyway, so Katniss is dealing with the aftermath of this as she trips literally into a hole.
Yeah.
Before... Yeah, but filled with bubbles.
Shiny
and
orange bubbles.
Before she passes out, ants bore her into her eyes. Which, if they were to do this episodically, would be crazy CGI on this scene.
Oh, yeah.
Just to see, and it would have to be done from a quote-unquote, like, it'd have to be done from first-person perspective.
I kind of loved, and I know I say this a lot because I am kind of obsessed with the audiobooks, but just like the feeling that comes into these like last 2 sentences of the last chapter, just the sick and disoriented. I am able to form only one thought: Peeta Mellark just saved my life. And then the ants bore into my eyes and I black out.
Right, and
it's just like that feeling is like you can feel the ants crawling, and it's like ugh.
Yep.
Gross.
And And then it going into chapter 15 here, especially if we're referencing the audiobook, right? It goes from very emotionally descriptive to just very it's just very explanatory.
Yeah.
It's like, I enter a nightmare from which I wake repeatedly only to find a greater terror awaiting me. Like, it's...
And I feel that, Katniss. Me too. Every time I wake up. That is...
You
my
know,
life experience.
it goes from descriptive terror.
Right, you're a little too close. You keep hitting my glasses.
It goes from, you know, ants boring into eyes to just, I'm going to explain what happens, because a lot of it, you are madly adjusting your mic.
I mean, yes, I am. I'm sorry, but it kept hitting my glasses.
That's fair.
Um,
Which is part of the reason why mine sits down here.
but I like
Also-
having it sit up here.
Oops, wrong way. Sorry. Live editing.
No, see, that's good.
Yeah, I guess.
Um,
So yeah, Katniss is in and out of nightmares. They're getting worse and worse. All the things that I dread most, all the things I dread for others, manifest in such vivid detail I can't help but believe they're real. Each time I wake, I think, at last, this is over. But it isn't. Katniss is struggling. Katniss is taking LSD for the first time. Essentially, I mean, that's more or less what the Tracker Jacker Venom. It's a bad batch of LSD.
I mean, I don't know. I've never done LSD. And
Me
I don't
neither.
plan on it.
But I've heard horror stories of a bad trip. I've heard several horror stories.
Yeah, I can tell you a horror story about a bad trip. Okay, so I was like 8, and I was running on the sidewalk, and my toes caught that little lip between
The concrete? Yeah.
And I still have scars from that.
Oh, from when your foot just slid along the concrete?
No, so I've got this scar right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then the matching one on my knee.
That's right. I do remember that more vividly now.
Yeah.
Unironically vividly. But Katniss is like, how many ways do I watch Prim die? Relive my father's last moments. Which, I'm underlining this actually in the moment, because I did not pick up on this the first time for some reason. But is the Tracker Jacker Venom taking what she imagined happened to her father and projecting it into her psyche?
Yeah, so
Because she obviously wasn't there when it happened. She was in
Right.
school or at home, one of the
she
two.
was in school. Because remember, when the bell sounded, she ran to go get Prim from her classroom.
Right.
But yeah, because that's, I mean, hold on a second. Let's finish this. Relive my father's last moments. Feel my own body ripped apart. This is the nature of the Tracker Jacker Venom.
Jactor?
See, it's described as
We'll just-
Venom here.
We'll just call them TJs for short moving forward, I think. Because saying Tracker Jacker has been difficult for the both of us.
I usually don't have trouble with it. I don't know why in this setting I'm having.
I don't know.
This is the nature of the Tracker Jacker Venom, so carefully created to target the place where fear lives in your brain.
Right.
So, but it...
That in and of itself is just... I mean, trauma can produce fear, yes.
Right,
But
it's not... it's designed to make you hallucinate, but also to cause immense amount of fear. And if you've already got a lot of things in your life that you're afraid of, it can just...
Which, I mean...
Your brain will just call that up
Foreshadow
first.
alert / spoiler alert is more or less what happens to PETA later.
Exactly.
And that's all I'm going to say on that, as to not spoil it for those of you who have not read this and are reading through it with us.
And then,
She finally breaks... Well, the effects finally wane after... a long time. Katniss says, when I finally come to my senses, I lie still, waiting for the next onslaught of imagery. But eventually, I accept that the poison must have finally worked its way out of my system, leaving my body racked and feeble. I'm still lying on my side, locked in the fetal position. Yes.
So it's called a venom and a poison. So I'd say both.
Okay, yeah. Interesting. Because
But it
venoms and
also-
poisons are different things, chemically speaking.
I think it makes sense though with how the tracker jackers work.
It's a venom because it's injected into you, but you're saying that it processes as a poison?
Um,
Or that's what they're alluding to? Is that it processes in the body as a poison would?
I mean, yes, venom due to like bite, or whatever.
Right.
Venom.
But they are genetically engineered creatures.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Let's just say it's both and leave it at that.
it's a nasty substance you don't want in your body.
Yeah.
Because again, Katniss is feeling very racked and feeble. Still lying, she says, I'm still lying on my side, locked in the fetal position. I lift my hand to my eyes and find them sound, untouched by ants that never existed. Simply stretching out my limbs requires an enormous effort.
Every time you read, I remember again that you have a complete disregard for punctuations.
It's not that it's a disregard, it's half the time I don't see them.
They're right there, though.
Yes.
How do you not see them?
Because I have terrible eyesight and I need new glasses.
I also have terrible eyesight. I don't need new glasses. I just got these. So.
Like, have you noticed that I can't do it right now because my lenses are my frame's snapped again. So I need to find my super glue. But, alas, earwax. Let's see. So Katniss is in pain, realizing that it's requiring enormous amounts of effort to even move.
So many parts of me hurt, it doesn't seem worthwhile taking inventory of them.
She's just like, yeah, everything hurts.
Yeah.
Let's just chalk it up to my whole body's messed up right now and try to sit up a little bit.
Yeah. I'm in a shallow hole, but not filled with the humming orange bubbles of my hallucination, but with old dead leaves. My clothing damp, but I don't know whether pond water, dew, rain, or sweat is the cause. Lord,
Is the claws?
Is the clause. The Santa Claus. Sorry, is the cause.
We're not even in December. Never mind. Yes, we are.
I was gonna say I'm fairly certain it's the first.
It is the first.
And that's
Alas.
one of the few like Christmas movies that I really like. Is the Santa
Tim
Claus.
Allen one. Yeah, that's fair.
Well, what other Santa Claus is there?
I don't know.
I mean, there's like Santa Claus, but there's just the Santa Claus. Yeah, that's just
The way you said that is like there was a clause for Santa, which actually, that's what that whole movie is about.
yeah.
I haven't-
the Santa Claus.
But like, I have not watched that movie in probably over a decade at this point.
I have not watched that movie in probably a year. Because it's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Yeah, it's almost time for Polar Express and hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Yeah. Anyway, we're getting so very off track.
And it's time for hot chocolate and to be emotionally and mentally disturbed by
Tim Allen, or not Tim Allen,
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. They do so much stuff together. It's hard to separate what isn't them both. But anyway, just imagining Tim Allen playing literally every character in that movie. From the train conductors to the children, like he's on his knees in a mocap suit. It's the behind the scenes.
You said Tim Allen again.
Did I? I meant
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. I almost said Tim Hanks.
That's okay. I almost said Hank Green.
Oh boy, it's Tom Hanks in a mocap suit
Yeah.
doing everything. And it's honestly terrifying to watch the BTS of that film. But at the same time, very interesting.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Whoo, boy.
Very interesting.
You can tell we haven't recorded in a while because we don't know how to talk anymore. Worse than usual.
We don't talk anymore. Anyway.
So Katniss is waterlogged.
Yeah. For a long time, all I can do is take tiny sips from my water bottle and watch a beetle crawl up the side of a honeysuckle bush. We've all been there. Not necessarily literally there.
No, but we've all watched insects crawl across honeysuckle bush. And then that's how we know that's the honeysuckle to take and drink, because it means good luck. I don't know that for sure, but I made that up on the spot. But it could be true in somewhere.
I was gonna say we've all just been like laying there in immense pain and not being able to do anything but take tiny sips of water.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about just sitting there looking at a honeysuckle bush. Already back at it, huh?
I'm so sorry. It's just my nose itches.
Yeah, so Katniss begins to wonder how long she's been out.
Remembering that it was morning when she lost reason, and now that it's afternoon now, but that doesn't mean that it's the same day. And she especially because of the stiffness.
I'm gonna say she goes on to surmise that it suggests that based on the stiffness in her joints that more than a day has passed.
Yeah.
Or at least
2.
Yeah. A day, maybe 2 has passed. She has no way of knowing which tributes are left alive.
Not Glimmer or the girl from District 4.
No.
But the rest of them...
She has no way of knowing whether or not, they're alive or not. Yeah. Who made it through the Tracker Jacker attack.
Did they die from the stings? Certainly, if they lived, their last days must have been as horrid as my own. And what about Rue? She's so small, it wouldn't take much venom to do her in. But then again, the Tracker Jackers would have had to catch her, and she had a good head start.
She did have a good head start. Mm-hmm. So they probably didn't even track her, period.
Oh, no, because she was definitely long gone by the time...
it hit the ground.
Yeah.
But not only that, even if she had a head start and one was on her, I think probably it still would have caught her ass. Regardless of how fast she is in trees, flying versus physical mobility, there's a vast difference there.
Right. But that's also why she, got Rue's attention.
And told her to just get the hell out of Dodge.
Right, before, she started doing that. And she called for Rue before she even climbed back up.
Yeah, to finish the job.
So.
Katniss has cottonmouth first thing in the morning. And the water's doing nothing, and we've all woke up that dehydrated. We've all woke up like that at one point or another. Never from alcohol. But she... I
drag myself over to the honeysuckle bush and pluck a flower. I gently pull the stamen through the blossom and set the drop of nectar on my tongue. And, if you've ever, really come across a honeysuckle bush, shit's good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But it takes, 4 million of them to, really be thirst quenching. But right. I guess in this moment she's going more for the sweetness over the foul taste in her mouth. Yeah. So that's fair.
She literally says the sweetness spreads through my mouth, down my throat, warming my veins with memories of summer and my home woods and Gail's presence beside me. And I can't speak specifically for the home woods and Gail's presence, but I do understand the sensation of the warm summers, the hot summers with the taste of the honeysuckle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
So good.
And Katniss, for some reason, her brain flits back to the conversation. Um,
That they had the morning that she left.
Yeah, sorry, my brain stopped. We could do it, you know. What? Leave the district, run off, live in the woods. You and I, we could make it. And suddenly, I'm not thinking about Gale, but of Peeta. And Peeta? Yeah, like, Katniss has been awake for, what, maybe 30 minutes?
Maybe, probably not even that long.
Probably not. We'll say at most 30 minutes. And she's just coming back to the fact that Peeta saved her life, which, I mean, in some semblance is fair, right?
I was
Like,
gonna say, she just went through something extremely disorienting.
Yeah. But, like,
Oh, excuse me.
at the same time, I'm surprised it didn't take longer. Because we've seen over and over again that since Katniss has hit the arena, Peeta's been the last thing on her mind.
That's not necessarily true.
She thinks of him hella late in every situation. I'm surprised she thought of him this fast.
But yeah, Peeta, he saved my life, I think. Because by the time we met up, I couldn't tell what was real and what the Tracker Jacker venom had caused me to imagine. But if he did, and my instincts tell me he did, what for? Is he simply working the Loverboy angle he initiated at the interview?
Sort of.
Or was he actually trying to protect me?
Yep.
And if... Shut the fuck up. Nope. Yep. And if he was, what was he doing with those careers in the first place? None of it makes sense. I wonder what Gale made of the incident for a moment, and then pushed the whole thing out of my mind, because for some reason, Gale and Peeta do not coexist well together in my thoughts.
As they shouldn't, because Peeta is genuinely a sweet, kind, loving person. Meanwhile, Gale
Is Gale.
is Gale. And that's as nice as we can put it right now, without going into too much detail. But Gale is Gale. And do not get me wrong, Gale is a great character. He serves the purpose he was written for beautifully. But I do not like Gale as a person. If Gale were standing in front of me, I don't care if he's 6'2", ripped, has a bow in his hands, I'm gonna punch him in the face. Like, I don't care if I die in the process, I'm gonna get one hit in. Like,
I don't think I'd be able to punch him in the face if he's 6'2". I might be able to like uppercut him, you know, in the chin, but
well, I don't know if they ever state how tall Gale is, but I know he's taller than Katniss.
right. But see, if he's 6'2", that makes him a foot taller than me.
I mean, I think you could reach. You'd have to uppercut him, but I think you could reach.
But I don't think I could get like a punch to his face,
Like right in the
that.
jaw area, yeah.
It'd have to be an uppercut.
Yeah, make sure it's while he's mid talking, so he bites on his tongue. My brain immediately went, I bit my tongue.
So anyway, so I focus on the one really good thing that's happened since I landed in the arena. I have a bow and arrows. A full dozen arrows if you count the one I retrieved in the tree. They bear no trace of the noxious green slime that came from Glimmer's body, which leads me to believe that might not have been wholly real, but they have a fair amount of dried blood on them.
Which, Katniss remarks it'll be easy to clean off.
Yeah.
But Katniss, for the first time since the training center, has her signature weapon in hands.
Yeah.
She's on a new this is a whole new playing field at this point. She goes on to say, like, within these next, few paragraphs here on this page, right? That they're more like, they're not like her home weapons, but they're more like the training center weapons. So she can work with them, but for the first time, she can hunt.
Mm-hmm.
She has a means to kill if need, which she will eventually need to because she is in the Hunger Games, and Katniss has already promised Prim that she will not go down without a fight.
Yeah.
And Katniss will hold to that to the bitter end.
Yeah. The weapons give me an entirely new perspective on the games. I know I have tough opponents left to face, but I am no longer merely prey that runs and hides or takes desperate measures. If Kato broke through the trees right now, I wouldn't flee, I'd shoot. I find I'm actually anticipating the moment with pleasure.
Yeah, like Katniss realizes that she has, for the first time since the gong rang out, Katniss has a fighting chance in this Hunger Games. And she's gonna do absolutely nothing to waste it for the rest of the book. Like, everything that happens basically from this point forward.
Mm,
I did say basically.
yeah.
Did say basically, because there are a few moments. But for
we'll
them.
get to that in far too soon.
Yes. Thankfully, we do have some time before that happens.
Yeah.
But like this is big, right? Katniss now has her bow. She's got a whole dozen arrows. She can hunt. She can fight. She can maybe start scaling trees again.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I can hear Carolyn McCormick reading this next bit in my head. It's like, but first, I have to get some strength back in my body. I'm very dehydrated again, and my water supply is dangerously low.
Yeah. And the little padding Katniss was able to put on in the capital
is gone.
all but gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus several more pounds on top of it.
Yeah.
Like, what has Katniss had to eat? From the time she's entered the games till now.
She had some pine.
She's had some pine. She's had some jerky. She has had a couple strips of her jerky.
Yeah.
And a couple of her crackers.
Yeah.
Did she snare anything?
A rabbit.
She did snare a rabbit early on.
Mm-hmm.
So she's had some rabbit.
And that's it.
Yeah. She's had some rabbit, some beef jerky, and some saltines.
Yeah. And,
yeah, that's...
and the roots from the pond lilies.
Oh, yes. She had a nice little rabbit and pond lily salad, actually.
Yeah.
I said that like it's all fancy, which I guess in the arena is without sponsors sending you like capital food is as close as you're getting to fine dining. So why not it be fancy?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a good year.
74th Hunger Games rabbit. Good year.
Anyway.
What is wrong with us today?
I don't know.
It was a good joke, though.
It was a great joke.
It was a great joke, even.
But yes, so this is like the skinniest that she has been since those awful months after her dad died.
Yeah.
And then there are her wounds to contend with, you know? She's got burns, cuts, bruises, stings.
Like, the only thing Katniss is really missing at this point is a broken bone.
Yeah, and we don't need that.
No.
Oh. Not that she needs any of the rest of this, but she's already got it.
Yeah, so. She's just gonna have to deal at this point.
Yeah.
But she treats her boons.
Her boons.
We cannot talk today. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Katniss treats her burns with the ointment.
And tries putting a little on her stings and finds that it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, this is strictly burn cream. And she's like, well, my mom knows a treatment for pulling, for helping draw out the poison.
But I can't remember what the hell it looks like because we rarely had to use it.
Yeah. So, if you don't remember, the Tracker Jacker nests were left near and in the districts. That way, if anyone came across them in the wild, whether they were doing something illegal, they basically get punished if they strayed too close. Because Tracker Jackers are like assholes. They attack first, ask questions later.
The family business.
Yeah. Sam and Dean?
Yeah. Imagine them in the arena.
That shit would be over so fast.
Yeah, because fucking Dean would pull out a gun and just pat, pat, pat.
Yeah, but then they'd run into the same issue as Katniss and Peeta run into at the end of this book without the berries to play into. So one of them would have to kill the other. Actually, what would it matter?
You're gonna...
An angel would just bring them back again. Like, they'd just be brought back from the death. It wouldn't matter.
From the death, yes.
From the death, yeah. Well, I mean...
yes, they have been brought back from the death.
Well, I mean, they have met the death several times, so...
Anyway.
Even had them even had him as their bitch at one point. Yeah, which did not turn out well for them, but... that's a different fandom entirely.
Anyway, but she's like, okay, water first, hunt along the way.
Yep.
She realizes that it's easy to see the direction that she came from because of the path of destruction my crazed body made through the foliage.
Which I imagine to look something a lot like this. As she's running through. Just saying. That's what I imagine in my head.
All right.
Because, I mean, like, movie Katniss is more of, like, a stumbly.
Yeah.
Right? And I imagine just pure adrenaline. Mm-hmm. It's kind of what I picture, especially with all the broken foliage.
Yeah. And then cutting across her face.
Right. Like, I just imagine pure adrenaline panic as this venom, poison, whatever it is coursing through her veins.
Yeah.
So I imagine just arms flailing, haul assin'. You know, full asshole and elbows moment, just.
But, so she decides that she's gonna walk off in the other direction, hoping that, the others are still locked in the surreal world of the Tracker Jacker venom.
Especially considering...
Presumably they got stung more than she did.
Significantly. I mean, look at what happened to Glimmer and the girl from District 4.
Right.
They got lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and Katniss only got stung the 3 times. So
right.
There's the possibility that they got stung significantly more. So not enough to kill them, but enough to lock them
anywhere
in.
Between, would say, 3 and maybe 10. Yeah. You know, just to give some kind of thought process to it.
Did Katniss piss her pants while she was sleeping?
You know, that's not something I've literally ever thought about.
But now it's in your brain.
But now it's in my brain.
Yeah.
And I would say... Probably. And the reason for that being
That's why she's damn.
Well, no, I say probably due to the fact that your body can only hold out on something like that for so long before it stops.
Right.
And just says, screw you, we're doing this.
Right.
So I would assume that if she was out for 2 days, she may have.
Yeah.
I would say that there's a high probability.
I see the only way that it didn't happen is if she, like, ended up, like, sweating out all of, like, the liquid in her body before it could be, you know, processed and stuff like that.
Right.
But anyway, she can't move too quickly because it all hurts.
Mm-hmm.
But she, you know, establishes her slow hunter's tread.
I was like, thread? I mean, like, I was like, that makes sense. And then I realized, I looked down at the page and I'm like, that says hunter's tread.
Yeah, see, I know that it says hunter's tread. I wasn't even looking at the page when I said that. My mouth just said thread.
Okay. So yeah, Katniss begins making her way through the forest, and within a few minutes...
Little bunny Foo-Foo comes up.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said making her way through the forest, so...
That's fair. But she spots a rabbit, and although not her cleanest kill, she makes quick work of, how do we put this nicely? Tearing it to shreds. Of breaking it down, of processing it. Taking the fur off, gutting it, all that nice, juicy stuff.
Gross.
Yeah. Let's see, where are we?
After about an hour, I find a stream, shallow but wide,
There
and
we
more than sufficient for my needs. The sun is hot and severe, so while I wait for my water to purify, I strip down to my underclothes and wade into the mild current. I'm filthy from head to toe. I try splashing myself, but eventually just lie in the water for a few minutes, letting it wash off the soot and blood and skin that has started to peel off my burns.
That is the worst, because your burn is at its most tender point when it starts to peel like that, or in some cases it is, and it just sucks.
Yeah.
But Katniss she rinses out her clothes, gets as much of the, grossness out of them as possible, hangs them out on a bush to dry, and just decides to sunbathe.
Yeah, basically. Sits there, finger combs her hair, gets it all, tied back. She
Her appetite returns,
eats a cracker,
she eats a cracker
and a strip of beef. And then, with a handful of moss, she polishes the blood from her weapon.
Yep. Which, again, silver is a terrible weapon choice, a color for a bow.
Yeah, because the sun catches it just right, and everybody knows you're there.
Because, in this sense, it is designed to be used for stealth. Having something that is going to just ridiculously reflect sunlight might not be a great idea. But I guess if they notice
you could use it to blind the others.
Well, I guess, and it also, really, when you think about it, right? If they notice it, it's probably too late. It's really not gonna matter. So I don't know why I've made a big deal of it this whole time.
Well, I think before we were talking about silver being an impractical material for it to be made out of.
Yeah, but it's probably some form of aluminum. Aluminum. Which to me is the right way to say it. I'm just so used to saying aluminum that I just say aluminum. It's got aluminum in it. So following the stream against its current seems the smartest course of action. Wow, my brain lost where I was. This is why I need new glasses. Katniss is currently traveling uphill, which she prefers with a fresh source of water, not only for myself, but for possible game. Katniss shoots a strange-looking bird, which she thinks is some form of turkey.
Yes.
Wild turkey. And she's like, it looks like some form of wild turkey, but anyway, it looks edible, so we're going with it. Which, I mean, in this situation, it's take the chance or starve to death.
Yeah.
It is the Hunger Games after all.
Yeah. But by late afternoon, she decides that it's time to, sit down and cook her kills.
Mm-hmm.
Betting that the
dusk will help to conceal the smoke.
Yeah.
Which is true. If you're going to light a fire, especially something that's going to have, if you're using, greener wood, something that's going to smoke significantly more, if you have to light it in a survival situation, light it at dusk. It is less likely to be seen and more likely to hide the smoke. That is factual.
To hide kind of survival situation. If you're trying to be found,
like that one chick earlier. She wasn't trying to be found, but she was found because she lit a fire at night, and it wasn't smart.
But if you're trying to be found, at night is a great time for it.
Yes. If your goal is to lure people into a trap, then at night or in the middle of the day, and you use as green of wood that you can find because it's going to burn darker, The smoke is going to burn darker.
I didn't even mean, like, setting a trap. I meant, like, imagine you got stranded on an island, you trying to call for help.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. I wasn't thinking about that because my brain's in Hunger Games mode.
I can see that. But anyway, once the feathers are plucked, it's no bigger than a chicken. Talking about the strange bird.
Yeah.
But it's plump and firm. I've just placed the first of the, ooh, excuse me. Sorry, I got a burp coming up. It's working its way. We'll get there eventually. I've just placed the first lot over the coals when I hear the twig snap. In one motion, I turn to the sound, bringing my bow and arrow to my shoulder. There's no one there. No one I can see, anyway. Then I spot the tip of a child's boot just peeking out from behind the trunk of a tree. My shoulders relax and I grin. She can move through the woods like a shadow. You have to give her that. How else could she have followed me? The words come out of my mouth before I can stop them. You know, they're not the only ones who can form alliances, I say. For a moment, no response. Then one of Rue's eyes edges around the trunk. You want me for an ally?
You read that perfectly.
Thank you.
Rue is on scene officially within the games. I mean, like, yes, she helped Katniss with, like, the Tracker Jacker thing.
Yeah.
But, like, this is the start of their teamwork, of their alliance.
Yeah.
And
I love Rue.
I love Rue. Rue is such a sweet character. Just Katniss is just like, yeah, why not? You saved me from those Tracker Jackers. You're smart enough to still be alive, and I can't seem to shake you anyway. She's like, if you're gonna be up my ass the whole time, might as well have you as an ally anyway.
Though I love how I kind of love how Carolyn reads that line. And he's like, and I can't seem to shake you anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
it kind of implies that a little bit, you know.
Yeah, it's like it's like you can tell that she's definitely fond of Rue, likes having the idea of having her around. It also kind of sees her, as a younger sister. So just a little bit of light ribbing here,
Yeah. It is very much in that way of like a light ribbing. And then she's just like, Katniss is like, you hungry?
I can see her swallow hard, her eyes flickering to the meat. Come on, I've had 2 kills today. Rue tentatively steps out.
You're going to be my third. No.
No. No.
Katniss would never.
No, she would not.
Just for some reason that popped into my head. Guys, I am so sorry.
You should be.
Ooh. Yeah, no, because I do genuinely love Rue as a character. Carolyn, if you see this, I'm so sorry. That was the...
No, she should be apologizing to us. Anyway,
in just a chapter from now.
Yeah. Or 2.
2, yeah. I was thinking about that. I'm like, well, no, it's 2.
Yeah. Rue tentatively steps out into the open. I can fix your stings. Can you? I ask. How? She digs into the pack she carries and pulls out a handful of leaves. I'm almost certain they're the ones my mother used. Where'd you find those? Now, I love...
Just around.
I hate this moment in the movie because it doesn't happen. When Katniss wakes up from her Tracker Jacker venom-induced crazed coma,
right,
she has the leaves, like, pressed against, like, where she's got the...
Right.
And so it takes out this whole interaction.
Right, and the problem is that this interaction doesn't exist. The problem is not that Rue went ahead and took care of Katniss while she was asleep, because that is 100% within Rue's character.
Oh yeah, no, I could definitely see Rue doing that. No, the problem is, like you said, the fact that this interaction doesn't happen.
And this is such a great interaction between the two.
Yeah.
Because Katniss has been on edge the whole time. And we are finally seeing Katniss be that older sister again that we have not seen since the Reaping.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, it's been days. Katniss has been in the arena for, I'd say, probably a week at this point.
Something like that.
It's hard to gauge at this point. I know they say something later about time, but let's just say roughly a week, right? And then she was in the capital for a week. So it's been 2 weeks since we've seen Katniss have any meaningful interaction with someone of a sister variety, i.e. primarily Prim, but just in general, right? So this scene is incredible because we get to see Katniss relax and we get to see a little bit more of that person that she really is, and that's that kind, caring, loving person that Katniss is towards Prim.
Yeah.
And we're seeing her project that towards Rue in this moment.
And Rue being like, I can fix your stings, and pulling out the leaves is like what kicks off the rest of this. You know?
Yeah, you know, and it's
so
like,
I think it's very important.
Well, we're seeing a little bit of Prim and Rue here as well.
Yeah.
With the whole taking care of injuries, right?
Yeah.
So it is almost like this surrogate sister kind of thing going on here, and it's beautiful. It's so well written.
But anyway, you know, where'd you find those? Just around. We all carry them when we work in the orchards. They left a lot of nests there, says Rue. There are a lot here too.
That's right. Your District 11 agriculture. I say orchards, huh? That must be how you can fly around the trees like you've got wings. Rue smiles. I've landed on one of the few things she'll admit pride in. Well, come on, then, fix me up. Katniss is just like, well, what are we waiting for? Bring him in. What are you waiting for? Bring it in. I plunk down by the fire and roll up my pant leg to reveal the sting on my knee. To my surprise, Rue places a handful of leaves into her mouth and begins to chew them. My mother would have used other methods, but it's not like we have a lot of options. After a minute or so, Rue presses a globby green wad of chewed leaves and spit on my knee. And this reminds me of the scene in Steven Universe where Steven's like, Lapis, let me fix your gem, and he's like...
And she's like...
But here it's the exact opposite.
Yeah,
like, it's instant relief.
Yeah, because, you know, spit and leaves on knee, and she's just like, oh...
Yeah.
The sound comes out of my mouth before I can stop it. It's as if the leaves are actually leaching the pain right out of the stings.
Which they kind of are. That's, that's the point of these leaves, but
Rue
I digress.
gives a giggle. Lucky you had the sense to pull out the stinger, or you'd be a lot worse. Do my neck. Do my cheek. I almost beg.
Which, it's not even almost, like, she's basically begging at this point.
Yeah.
She's just trying to hold a little bit of dignity in.
Rue stuffs another handful of leaves into her mouth, and I'm soon laughing because the relief is so sweet. I notice a long burn on Rue's forearm. I've got something for that. I set aside my weapons and anoint her arm with the burn medicine. You've got good sponsors. She says long.
I love your Rue voice. It's so good.
Thank you. Have you gotten anything yet? I ask. She shakes her head. You will, though. Watch. The closer we get to the end, the more people will realize how clever you are. I turn the meat over. You weren't joking about wanting me for an ally? Sorry.
You read that like a robot that time. What the hell was that?
That's how Carolyn reads it.
Is it? I haven't listened to the book in so long. It's been like 3 months since I've listened to the first book, so.
No, that's how Carolyn reads it, because it's supposed to be less robot-y and more tentative.
Yeah. So. I know what it's supposed to sound like. Katniss is like, I meant it. And she's like, I can almost hear Haymitch groaning as I team up with the wispy child, but I want her. Katniss is like, this girl's a survivor. She's resourceful. I trust her. And she
why not admit
reminds
it?
me of Prim. She's like, so why not entrust her, to aid me along?
Okay. She says and holds out her hand. We shake. It's a deal.
Of course, unfortunately, this is, again, book title, Hunger Games. This is the kind of deal that can only last so long.
Yeah. But neither of them mention that because there are more things.
Pressing matters, as it were.
But Rue contributes a handful of some starchy root to the meal, and Katniss thinks that roasted over the fire, they have the sharp, sweet taste of a parsnip, which I've never had parsnip.
I've never had parsnips either.
I'd like to. Can't promise that I'd like them, but I would like to try them.
Trying them is different.
Yeah. She recognizes the bird, too, as some wild thing they call a grousling in her district. She says sometimes a flock will wander into the orchard and they get a decent lunch that day. For a while, all conversation stops as we fill our stomachs. The grousling has delicious meat that's so fatty the grease drips down your face when you bite into it. Oh, says Rue with a sigh. I've never had a whole leg to myself before.
And this line reminds me of The Blind Side every time I read it or hear it. If you've never seen The Blind Side, it is an incredible movie. There has been some controversy about it in recent years, about its legitimacy.
But the greatest line, the most heartbreaking
line in that movie,
is like, I've never had a bed.
Well, no, because Sandra Bullock's character, brings him into the room. He goes, I've never had one of these before. She goes, a room to yourself? He says, a bed. And it's just like...
And then you break down crying.
Yeah.
And so does she.
Yeah. Like, she literally goes to her room and then just breaks down crying. Mm-hmm. And this, although not in the same vein, does share a similarity to that in my brain.
Yeah. Especially it just like... the feeling behind the words, I've never had a whole leg to myself before, just
yeah, it's genuinely heartbreaking because in this moment, you're seeing the true poverty of the districts or of the further out districts. The ones that keep the rest of the nation running are the ones that are the poorest. And that get treated the worst, at least in terms of from the capital. District 11 has it a little bit worse because their peacekeepers actually do their job.
And,
which is not good for, in this case, it's not a good thing.
It'd be a good thing, but here, no.
In this case, it's not a good thing.
I'll bet she hasn't. I'll bet meat hardly comes her way. Take the other one, I say. Really? She asks. Take whatever you want. Now that I've got a bow and arrow, so I can get more. Plus, I've got snares. I can show you how to set them, I say. Rue still looks uncertainly at the leg. Oh, take it, I say, putting the drumstick in her hand. It'll only keep a few days anyway, and we've got the whole bird plus the rabbit. Once she's got a hold of it, her appetite wins out, and she takes a huge mouthful.
Yeah, and just the way... I'm going to go back a little bit here, okay? Mm-hmm. The grousling has delicious meat that's so fatty, the grease drips down your face when you bite into it. Mm-hmm. That sounds delicious. Like, we've all bitten into, like, a good fatty, good just piece of turkey or chicken and just have that happen. Now, as somebody with a beard and mustache, it really sucks because then it dries in your beard and it's just a pain to clean out.
But also you can just go be like,
to an extent, yes, but but just we've all bitten into a good steak or piece of chicken or turkey or ham, right? That just has juice flowing out of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I can picture that. I can picture that
You bite
in my
into
head.
it, and then it's like all over your face, and you're like, trying to get it off, and then, you know.
Right. If you say so, kid.
Anyways,
Let's see here.
I thought, I highlighted like this whole section, just because we get a look into another district.
Right, and it's super important.
Yeah.
You're good.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were gonna.
No, I just couldn't see it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're definitely gonna go through this whole section.
Yeah, because it's and there's gonna be it's gonna be kind of a stop and go kind of thing because there's a lot to talk about here.
Yeah. I'd have thought in District 11 you'd have a bit more to eat than us, you know, since you grow the food, I say. Rue's eyes widen. Oh no, we're not allowed to eat the crops. They arrest you or something? I ask. They whip you and make everyone else watch.
That right there, first big difference between 11 and 12. Katniss says earlier that public whippings don't really happen. And when they do, it's because of something severe that they happen.
Yeah.
Right? So like this, somebody taking an ear of corn, for example, right? An ear of corn warrants a whipping.
Yeah.
Like, and then we'll see what happens in just a few minutes here. You know what I'm talking about already.
Yeah.
But please continue.
They whip you and make everyone else watch, says Rue. The mayor is very strict about it. I can tell by her...
The mayors are drastically different, too.
Yeah.
This mayor's strict about food. Meanwhile, the other one's just buying strawberries off Katniss every other day. Like...
I can tell by her expression that it's not uncommon an occurrence. A public whipping's a rare thing in District 12, although occasionally one occurs, so it wasn't earlier, it was now.
I could have sworn it was referenced earlier.
Nope. Technically, Gale and I could be whipped on a daily basis for poaching in the woods. Well, technically, we could get a whole lot worse, except all the officials buy our meat. Besides, our mayor... Madge's father doesn't seem to have much taste for such events. Maybe being the least prestigious, poorest, most ridiculed district in the country has its advantages.
And there's a reason why it's the poorest and most ridiculed.
Such as being largely ignored by the capital as long as we produce our coal quota. Do you get all the coal you want? Rue asks. No, I answer. Just what we buy or whatever we track in on our boots.
Yeah, it's cool. There are reasons why 12 is stop because you're making it worse. Ooh, there are reasons behind why 12 is the way it is now. Or there's large reasons as to why, which we'll get into later. But what?
It hit my glasses again.
Oh. But there are some external factors that do kind of play into things. But this is our first real look at, you know. This is our first real look
outside of District 12.
Out of 12, yeah.
Outside of the capital, into another district.
Yeah, this is our first look into another district, you know, and we don't really get that again until the Victory Tour in Book 2.
Yeah,
and even then, it's very, very...
minor.
I wanted to say minor, but I also wanted to say, like, played down, but neither of those felt right.
Yeah. They feed us a bit extra during harvest so that people can keep going longer, says Rue. Don't you have school to be in? Don't you have to be in school, I ask? You know, reading that in the correct direction?
Seems like you need to NB school.
NB school?
Yeah.
Not during harvest. Everyone works then, says Rue. Communication with. Oh, sorry. It's interesting hearing about her life. We have so little communication with anyone outside our district. In fact, I wonder if the game makers are blocking out our conversation because even though the information seems harmless, they don't want people in different districts to know about one another.
Yep.
And, it's
It's
a
time
power
to,
play.
Yeah, it's a power play for sure. So it is now time to figure out the stockings of the food. So they both lay out everything that they have. And Kat is like, she's seen most of mine. I add up the last couple of crackers and beef strips to the pile. She's gathered quite a collection of roots, nuts, greens, and even some berries. I roll an unfamiliar berry in my fingers. You sure this is safe?
Oh, yes. We have them back home. I've been eating them for days.
She says, popping a handful into her mouth.
Sorry, I like doing the Rue voice.
That is totally okay. I love your Rue voice. It's so good.
Thank you.
I tentatively bite into one, and it's as good as our blackberries. Taking Rue on as an ally seems a better choice all the time. We divide up our food supplies, so in case we are separated, we'll both be set for a few days. Apart from the food, Rue has a small water skin, a homemade slingshot, and an extra pair of socks. She also has a sharp shard of rock she uses as a knife. And
I know it's not much, she says, as if embarrassed, but I had to get away from the cornucopia fast.
this is incredible right here, right? This is showing Rue's intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for someone so young, so small. She has found stuff to fashion a slingshot, to fashion a knife of a sort. Like she is showing her resourcefulness in these games. And like that's super cool. My brain shut down for a second.
Super.
Yeah.
It's good.
But it's really cool because most of everything else we've seen has been against the careers.
Yeah.
So, and they're relying on their billion-dollar sponsors and all the food and weapons at the cornucopia. Like they have it made as of right now. They're not having to worry about, oh, am I gonna eat tonight? Am I gonna eat tomorrow? Am I screwed for the rest of forever?
Yeah.
Like that's not something they have to worry about.
Not as much.
So.
But anyway, on with it, you.
That was so rude of you.
I know.
Let's see. She's like, Katniss says, you did just right. When I spread out my gear, she gasps a little when she sees the sunglasses.
How did you get those?
In my pack, they've been useless so far. They don't block the sun, and they make it harder to see, I say with a shrug.
Those aren't for sun, they're for darkness,
Rue exclaims.
Sometimes when we harvest through the night, they'll pass out a few of those to us highest in the trees, where the torchlight doesn't reach. One time, this boy Martin, he tried to keep his pair, hid it in his pants. They killed him on the spot.
They killed a boy for taking these, I say?
Yeah, and everyone knew he was no danger. Martin wasn't right in the head. I mean, he still acted like a 3-year-old. He just wanted the glasses to play with,
says Rue.
Hearing this makes me feel like District 12 is some sort of safe haven. Kinda is. It's not perfect in any way, no, but it is far better than what
Of course, people keel over from starvation all the time.
But I can't imagine the peacekeepers murdering a simple-minded child. There's a little girl, one of Greasy Say's grandkids, who wanders around the hob. She's not quite right, but she's treated as a sorta pet. People toss her scraps and things. which
is just
so
fucked up.
it's fucked. There's nothing else to say about that.
Like, yeah, that's fucked up.
So what do these do? I ask Rue, taking the glasses.
They let you see in complete darkness. Rue says, try them tonight when the sun goes down.
I give Rue some matches and she makes sure I have plenty of leaves in case my stings flare up again. We extinguish our fire and head upstream until it's almost nightfall. Where do you sleep?
I ask her.
Oh, I just expected you to skip that and respond.
Oh.
Because we were doing that at one point, and then we started adding in, like, the filler parts.
Oh, sorry. Because it's where do you sleep? I ask her. In the trees? She nods. In just your jacket?
Well, yeah, whatever.
Rue holds up her extra pair of socks. I have these for my hands.
I think of how...
Katniss is just, like, reeling at the moment. And not, like, a full reel, but she's like... It's been cold, and this poor girl's just had socks on her hands.
Yeah.
Like, she's like... We can share my sleeping bag. We'll both fit. And Rue's like... Really? I don't know if that's actually what she says.
She doesn't...
Her face lights up and I can tell this is more than she dared hope for. Yeah, so it is really like a... Really? Yeah.
Yeah, which just makes me want to cry.
Yeah, because, like, Rue is sweet darling.
Yeah. We pick a fork high in a tree and settle in for the night, just as the anthem begins to play. There's no deaths today.
Rue, I only woke up today. How many nights did I miss? The anthem should black out the words. So, like, they're having this conversation during the anthem.
But Katniss still covers her mouth, so then, like, the cameras can't see.
Yeah. Let's see. Rue tells her that she's been out for 2 days. The girls from District 1 and 4 are dead.
There are 10 of us left.
Look at my tongue.
Something strange happened. At least I think it did. So Katniss is very much unsure of if what she remembered was correct.
Yeah.
The tracker Jactor venom was Jactor? The tractor Jactor?
The tractor Jactor.
The TJ venom.
TJ Maxx?
Well, it was venom into the max. But the Jacker venom was
No. The tracker venom, sure. The Jacker venom, absolutely not. No.
Oh boy. Yeah, I said that. I was just gonna keep moving right on through it.
Moving right along.
Yeah. But she's like, I think Peeta saved my life, but he was with the careers. Rue informs Katniss that he is no longer with the careers.
He's not with them now, she says. I spied on their base camp by the lake. They made it back before they collapsed from their stings. But he's not there. Maybe he did save you and had to run.
Yep.
I don't answer. If in fact Peeta did save me, I'm in his debt again, and this can't be paid back. If he did, it was probably just part of his act, to make people think he's in love with me.
Oh,
Rue says thoughtfully.
I didn't think that was an act.
Yeah, Katniss is the only one who thinks it is. And once again, Katniss is being her own worst enemy.
Of course it is, I say. He worked it all out with our mentor. The anthem ends and the sky goes dark. Let's try out these glasses. I pull out the glasses and slip them on. Rue wasn't kidding. I can see everything from the leaves on the trees to a skunk strolling through the bushes a good 50 feet away. I could kill it from here if I had a mind to. I could kill anyone.
Starting with you!
I wonder who else got a pair of these, I say.
The careers have 2 pairs, but they've got everything down by the lake, Rue says. And they're so strong.
We're strong too, I say, just in a different way.
You are. You can shoot, she says. What can I do?
You can feed yourself. Can they? I ask.
They don't need to. They have all those supplies,
Rue says.
Katniss is just like, say they didn't. Say the supplies were gone. How long do you think they'd last? I mean, it is the Hunger Games, right? And I know this is not like how it's read in the book, but this is just
it basically
more or less. But I'm just picturing Katniss here.
You can see the cogs turning.
Yeah, like I'm just picturing Katniss, like the cogs turning in her head, the snarkiness creeping into her voice, you know.
But Katniss, they're not hungry.
No, they're not. That's the problem.
I agree. And for the first time, I have a plan. A plan that
isn't motivated by the need for flight and evasion. An offensive plan.
I think we're gonna have to fix that, Rue.
And fix it they can do.
Oh, yeah.
At a cost.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Just bust in there like, could you imagine Katniss just kicking in the tree? Like the Kool-Aid man just... Oh, yeah.
But that's where that chapter ends.
Yeah.
With the plans of plotting.
And hints of ominous futures.
Yeah.
Chapter 16 is... Chapter 16 is a long one.
Yeah.
Yeah, chapter 16 is quite lengthy.
It's from 208 to 221.
Yeah.
So get ready for that. Strap in, because it's gonna be something.
It's a long chapter. A lot happens in chapter 16, but that was chapter 15. And
it's a good chapter.
It's a great chapter. Not a lot happens. It's mostly a recovery chapter, and you know, we get introduced to the alliance with Rue, and things just, you know, the story.
Learn more about Rue.
The story has begun, although slowly at this point. It has begun its final ascent to the peak of this story of the first book.
Yeah.
It's beginning that final climb, right? They always tell you in books that, you know, you've got the build up and the build up and the build up and the build up, and then it hits the climax, the peak of the book, and then it's the gradual fall. And what they never actually tell you...
the rising action, climax, falling action.
Yeah, but what they never tell you is that there are several rising actions, that there are several things that have to happen before the climax happens. They're just like, yeah, the whole first part of the book before the climax is the rising action. It's like, but there are separate little moments in there.
But I would also go on to say that... just because you've hit the climax of the story doesn't mean that you've quite hit the falling action in that same book.
Right. Because this series is a perfect example of that.
Exactly.
Like, this series is, like, this book does this, yes. There's the rising action. And again, it's not a straight line. It's never a straight line in a book like this. Because, I mean, think about it, right? You had a little bit of rising action, then you had a momentary climax with the reaping, and then it settled back off as Katniss and Peeta are traveling to the capital, and they're going through training,
and it's rising.
Yeah, it starts rising again, and then there's a little bit of a climax, and they get into the arena, and the gong sounds, and they take off, and things pick up, and then it falls back down, and it starts rising again. It does this.
It's
a good book goes through that. It progresses upward, but it progresses upward in waves.
In your English class, it teaches you that it's like, but in actuality, it's more like.
Yeah, you know, and we're at that. We're at the final. What I think for this particular book is the final ascent to the climax for this book.
Yeah, I would say that honestly, like. This next chapter, the big event in this next chapter is a chapter.
Creating new words today, aren't we?
Yeah, we're really good at that.
Yeah, apparently.
In this next chapter is, you know, like the big, like, climax of the story, like the one that they write about, they tell you about in school.
Right.
But also the rest of the book is also that.
Yeah, like the rest of the book is really one. The rest of the book is one massive climax to this story.
Yeah.
Because we
don't
do
really-
not get that falling action / resolution that we are told to look for in a story, and that's okay, because this is
At
a
least
trilogy.
wanting more.
Well, it's a trilogy, so that you can't just end the story all hunky dory. Okay, alrighty, all right. I mean, look at the Michael Bay series, for example, right? That is just progressively climbing, and then just it's constant. I cannot wait till we go through that series.
That's gonna be a long one.
It's gonna be a long one, but man, I cannot wait, because there's a lot of fun stuff in that series.
Yeah. I really enjoy it. So.
But this book doesn't even technically have a climax. It ends with Katniss. Spoiler alert, says foreshadow report alert, okay? But this book ends with Katniss being sedated. That is not a closing.
No, it doesn't. Not this one.
Is it the next one that ends with her being sedated?
Yes, this one ends with pulling back into the station at District 12.
It does. So we do get back to the district. Okay.
Yeah.
But still, it's really not even a full closure.
No, because it's like, okay, but what's going to happen next?
Yeah,
like,
because you
need
have
to
the
know.
you have the threat of or not the threat, but you have the build towards the victory tour. Like, that's right there. That gets basically dropped right at the end. Not at the end of the story, but like within the last few pages, right? Or last few chapters, it gets dropped that there's a victory tour and all this that's going to happen. So the games are not over for Katniss.
No.
Even at the end of the book.
Yeah. And, of course, she's not realizing that is going to be the case until the end of the book. She realizes, okay, I've won the games, but I am still in the games at this point.
We do not get that resolution that we are told to look for in a story until the end of the series.
Yeah.
And that is one of the reasons why this series...
But there were still so many questions to be asked, and Suzanne went,
Wait a minute. I've got 2 more books that are going to explain a lot of those questions, but leave you with even more.
And a lot more depression.
But this is one of the reasons why we keep saying that this series, we've said it over and over again, we've said it probably in every episode, that this series is a master class in how to write a series.
Yeah.
Because it takes that traditional structure that we are so used to, and it breaks it into thirds. And Hunger Games is one part of that, and Catching Fire is part 2 of that, and
Mockingjay
is
part
the
3.
It's Hunger Games is the rising action. Catching Fire is the climax of the story. Well, leading into Mockingjay.
Mockingjay is all, so it's all climax, okay, until the very end.
Like, it kind of does this. Just kind of right at the end, it just, levels off. But it's so well-rounded from start to finish. And I know we're going to talk about this more and more as we go through.
We definitely will, because we can't shut up about it.
But it's just because each and every chapter shows why that's the case.
Yeah. So, to find out what happens next...
You'll have to meet us here back...
Next video.
Well, you have to meet us back here next week. I was about to say you'll have to meet us
back here next week?
No, back week next here.
Yeah, it's not a good day for speaking, apparently.
Apparently not.
But
yeah, no, the things are about to go crazy from this point forward.
It's about to go down.
2 plus 2, not knowing what the it is. Anyway, sorry. That
Concludes today's episode
of absolute chaos.
Chapter. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. As always, we had a blast.
Yeah.
It was chaotic as hell, we realize, but after taking 2 weeks off of recording, we don't know how to record anymore. So
it's been a very busy couple weeks, so.
But we're glad to be back with this episode. And
we'll see you next time.
We will see you next week right here in the library.
Yeah.
So please remember to renew your books on the way out and have an absolutely phenomenal week.
Yeah. Bye.